It's episode 64 of Revisiting Sunnydale. I almost said the wrong podcast. I'm Camila.
I'm Marcella.
And we're here to talk about Hush today. So this podcast will be without dialogue.
Yes, that would be so funny. Just quiet time.
No, but seriously, we're talking about Hush today, and so before we get into all that, we'll just do some random housekeeping and such as inviting you to please like our Facebook page, Revisiting Sunnydale, as well as following us on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale. And while you're in the mood for giving out likes and follows and stuff, maybe if you'd be so kind as to go onto iTunes and rate and review us.
Yes, that'd be great.
We'd really appreciate that. We've gotten one or two so far, I believe, and if I remember to do it before this episode's out, I will read ones I found online.
It just shows us that you're out there.
Yes, exactly. We just want to make sure that we're just not like screaming down an empty hallway.
Yes. Although I'm happy to do that as well.
I mean, I guess if we are, we're still amusing ourselves, if nothing else. All right, sweet. So, I mean, do we want to get into the elephant in the room, or do we want to unbox?
I guess. So disappointing.
I guess we'll get that out of the way. So, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, her name is Kai Cole.
Yeah, I believe so.
Joss Whedon's ex-wife wrote this scathing letter or article or whatever about her time with old Joss.
Yeah, she's not happy about it.
No, apparently Joss is a fuckboy.
Yep. She's putting all his dirty laundry out for everyone to see. And on one hand, I'm like, y'all got kids. Like,
yeah,
that's between you guys.
Right. But on the other hand, I'm like, girl, what else?
Hypocrite. He's a hypocrite.
Is a son of a bitch. It's really, it's unfortunate.
It's sad.
Now, when I watch Buffy, I'm thinking, who was he sleeping with whilst on the show?
I doubt very much that it was Sarah.
I doubt it.
Doubt very much.
I mean, I would like to really think, yeah. I mean, because, I don't know.
If it was original Willow.
We'll see how that went.
Didn't really work out for you.
No. So, yeah, I mean, and I know that a lot of people might be having some difficulties with still, like, I don't know. This whole thing is like, falls under false idol worship. And I am done praising his feminist ways.
Yes.
I'm not done with Buffy by any means, because he wasn't the end all and be all. Like, he may have created the character,
but there were writers and directors and actors
that made it alive and made it what it is today for all of us, and it still lives beyond him with Christos Gage and Rebecca, I forget her last name, with the comics. And
you can love the art and hate the artist,
unless of course it's R. Kelly. I mean, that I will never ever get down with,
or Chris Brown,
or Woody Allen, and several others that fall into that category. It's just
but like Tom Cruise, don't like the man, enjoy the movies.
I only enjoy his in Mission Impossible movies.
Really like those two.
And I had a real long, hard look at myself when I realized that. The realization was like, wow, I really like these Mission Impossible movies.
But you don't have to like the artist.
No, except, like where, Woody Allen and R. Kelly are concerned, that's kind of a different level for me. There's pedophilia involved, as well as, breaking of like actual laws. And it's just, and it's not to say that it's not to lighten the fact that Joss was basically like, I was reading what she was saying his responses were and him mansplaining to her. It's gotta suck to have a writer try to explain to you, like explain his way out of some bullshit, because it sounds like it was some old flowery nonsense. And I could just imagine her just sitting there and like looking at him like, really? This is how you're gonna, oh, okay. Oh, you were a god. Oh, okay. You couldn't touch them. Okay. Whatever. But,
it's so upsetting. It still does not take away from what the show gave to millions of people.
Right.
And I know like that Whedon-esque site is closing down.
Yeah, they shut it down.
Yeah.
Like in a heartbeat.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't even know. Was there a message or anything that said that was the reasoning why?
They said they weren't saying that it wasn't the reason.
Gotcha.
That they'd been thinking about shutting it down for a while, and that this was just like
the little final push that they needed. Mm-hmm. Huh. Interesting.
But they're going to keep their Twitter open.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I to be honest, I don't think I visited that site very often, so I don't know exactly what it was they were doing. So maybe there was like a lot of praising of Joss and that they just really couldn't get behind anymore. And, you know, and as far as, you know, I'm concerned as well, seriously, they'll fuck Joss. Mm-hmm. Like that's, I mean, the way he treated there's no excuse for treating your wife like that. No. And to just straight up be trying to gaslight her. And it's unforgivable.
And he's not even, he's said he's, for the sake of the children, he's not saying anything. There are misrepresentations and okay.
All right, bro. That's cool. That is your prerogative. Mm-hmm. That's how you want to play it. Which, you know, and I don't, when it all boils down to it, really is between Joss and Kai. And it's technically, it's really none of our business.
Right.
But she kind of brought us into it, made it our business. I just hope she didn't fuck with her own, like, settlement.
Yeah. I don't know how old their kids are either. Like, they're definitely old enough to see things online,
right,
and have their friends tell them what's online,
right.
So
I wasn't clear. Did they just get divorced, or was this years ago and she's just now?
I think it was years ago and she's just now. That's another thing. Like, why now? What prompted you to do this now?
I don't know. Maybe the leakage of that original Wonder Woman script.
Wow, that script was, wow. I had to forget about it. Like, I actually had to put it out of my mind because it was that terrifying. It's like he was just like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
Done hiding who I am.
Yeah, let's just put it all out there. Mm-hmm. Bring on the boobies and the, you know, ill-constructed female two-dimensional characters. All right, that's enough of that.
No more fuckboy.
Yeah, but seriously, fuck that dude. All right, we're gonna unbox now. Mm-hmm. You've got 2, and I've got 3, but I don't want to do all 3 right now, so I'll pick what 2.
Okay.
Figure out what's gonna happen. Go for it.
All right, I'll do the August Ipsy first. And it's in new gold shiny packaging. Shiny! It used to be in pink shiny packaging, and now it's in gold shiny packaging.
I like that makeup bag.
I love this bag. I'm so happy. They had 3 different ones with 3 different sayings, and I think I got the better of the... I don't remember what the other 2 were, but...
It's really... The colors are great.
I love the colors. It's like a blue and a purple and then a darker magenta color, and it says good vibes only.
Yeah.
Love it. So the first thing was I got 2 face masks by Leaders in Solution. What Happened Last Night, which is a radiance revitalizing mask. This is when your shit gets fucked up after a long night of drinking.
You could have used that the day after your birthday.
Oh, I could have. And then Pore Gone for Good, a pore refining mask. So... You know, I will try these out.
They look like, are they new company? New?
Yeah, I don't know this. I haven't used this brand before, but they feel nice. Nice, and they're going to make you look like Hannibal Lecter. But
Clarice.
I love putting these on and then running around and chasing the dogs. They're so confused.
They don't appreciate it?
Not at all. Where's my mother? So this month was okay, actually. It was pretty good. So the first thing is this Sunday's nail polish. I have it on.
I like that.
Decent color. Took 4 coats, three coats.
Really?
3 or 4 to get to what's on my nails right now.
Good grief. I like the. Is it more of like a nude or?
Yeah, it's beige? Like a nudie pinky, but it like. I'm not in love with it.
No, I mean it's not.
It's a nice neutral for business, I guess.
Exactly.
Not for fun, but for business. Yeah. Then there's the Balm Voyage in Willkommen.
Oh.
Nice, pretty coppery.
Nice.
Eyeshadow. I really like the color. Then there is a Hey Honey Come Clean, some kind of facial scrub. I'll try it out. It's neat. It's an exfoliator. It smells clean, nice and good. It's kind of gritty.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to use. And it's a nice, decent, like it feels like a thick thick bottle. Like, there's a lot in there.
Yeah, that could probably last you a while.
Yeah. And then another black eyeliner. Fine. Tons of black eyeliners, but who's going to turn down a black eyeliner?
You.
Never.
You can never have too many in your arsenal.
That was the Ipsy.
Is that another one of those, like, a crayon go-on, like the eyeliner?
Mm-hmm.
I like that they're doing, like, more companies are putting more of those out, and it's not so much with the fucking hard-ass pencil.
But the pencil, I just don't like the pencils. Those are the only ones. Like, don't send me those. I don't like those.
No, I hate those.
Those are no fun. No bueno on those.
Nope.
So I turned in my Ipsy points this month and got what I thought was going to be like a Urban Decay Naked Shadow palette sampler.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought it was going to be. That's what I got. But more like little stickers.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Well, so that's what I said. I was like, "What? How does this?"
What are you supposed to do with that? Oh, that's bullshit.
700 points, 650 points, something like that. But it does come with a little mascara. But this is not what I thought. Like, the picture is exactly this,
right?
But I thought these were little tins.
Yeah.
Not actual. What am I supposed to just peel this off and slap it on my face? I don't.
That's so weird.
Yeah, not thrilled about that.
Boo.
So, a little bit of fail on that.
Boo.
Yeah.
What a disappointment.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was the August Ipsy.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to do August Brown Sugar Box.
Yay.
Yeah, which I need to get this because I love everything in this box, and I want to use it all.
Finally, good one?
Yes, this is so good. Like,
awesome.
I really, really enjoy this box. All right. So, Izzy and Liv Brown Sugar Box for August. There's the lovely little magazine. First, we have a lunch bag.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't this awesome?
Oh, that's adorable.
It's got a super cute, like, little illustration of a girl with headphones on it. It's like one of those cloth insulated with a zipper.
So cute.
Just like a little.
Oh, that's good. It's thick.
Yeah. And I've never ever wanted a lunch bag like that before ever. Like, I've never. It smells weird.
It doesn't smell great. I had a laptop case that smelled. It's this fabric.
Yeah.
Like that neoprene-y kind of.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah.
It'll go away soon.
Yeah. So I'm.
Stick a dryer sheet in there.
Oh yeah. Oh, look, and it expands a little bit too.
Oh, nice.
So yes, so I'm super jazzed about that. I really like the t-shirt. It's a nice blue.
That is a pretty blue.
And it says, "The kind of beauty I want most is the hard-to-get kind that comes from within. Strength, courage, and dignity."
Love it.
Ruby D quote.
I love it.
Yep.
That's great.
So that is.
I really like it. It's TARDIS blue.
Yes. And we've got a cute little button that says out, or no, it's a mirror. I thought it was a mirror, or I thought it was a button. Out here being cute.
That's
so what
cute.
it says on there. And then we've got some sticky notes that say "Believe in yourself."
Aw.
And with 50 individual visual affirmations, apparently. So there's just more in there. Fun. We've got a coffee mug, a Jet Beauty of the Week.
Huh?
For those of you who don't know about that, Google that, Jet Beauty of the Week, and just find out how important it is to my blackness.
Yes. That's a nice cup.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good box so far.
Yeah. We got a magnet. Shine bright like a diamond. It's, I'll put it, I have a magnet, I have a metal board at work, and so I just pop it on there, which would be nice.
Yeah.
A candle. I think, yeah, Posh Boss Girl Magic candle. And it smells good.
Oh, it does smell good.
It smells like some candy or something that.
It smells like bubble gum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Although I wonder if it'll actually smell like that when it burns. Because a lot of times candles don't.
Yeah.
And then we've got a cool little notebook.
Oh.
Musings of the Magical Black Girl.
That's great.
Yeah.
And it's lined.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, and it's even got, the little...
It's a nice little journal.
Bookmark as well as the...
That's awesome.
Yes. So, I am very pleased with this box.
Yes, that's a really good box. No makeup?
No makeup.
Still no
Well, that was the Onyx box.
The Onyx box didn't give any good colors.
Yeah, which I was like,
did they ever put makeup in there or just house
I don't think
stuff?
so. I think it's more just like cutesy things that are around. I don't think, yeah.
That is a really good box, though.
Yeah.
That's a good month.
Yep, so I am totally pleased and jazzed about it. I'm glad we're finally recording so I can use it.
Yes.
I've been wanting to take that mug to work for weeks. And it's also got like this book that comes with it.
I like that it has the 5 movies to watch on Netflix and little.
And they've also got like, you know, and they will sometimes, you know, they'll post your photos that you post on Instagram and stuff in their T-shirts and things. 5 lyrics to empower, uplift, and inspire. So it's just like really cool.
It is really cool. And how much is it a month?
I always forget. I think it's $35.
That's not bad for all that stuff.
Yeah, especially like a T-shirt too. Mm-hmm. Yep. So go check out your brown sugar box with Izzy. Liv and Izzy. I always forget. Izzy and Liv.
I always want to say Lizzie and
Lizzie and
Iv or something,
but I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, I always fuck.
It just never comes out quite right.
Right.
So the next thing I have is the August Allure box, which was also very good. And they have a little booklet that they do every month. And again, always take an eyeliner.
Yeah.
It's almost, these boxes are very similar. Mm-hmm. So they both had an eyeliner. They both had a Hey Honey facial product. This is different. This is the Peel Good Biometric Honey Peel Cream. Sure.
Honey peel cream.
I don't know. I'll stick it on my face and use it.
Stick it on my face, peel it off, see what happens.
Yep. There's a Vichy Mineral 89. This is another face product. I'll try it out. It's a booster.
Oh, okay.
Sure. We'll figure it out.
Skin fortifying.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Okay. I'll try it.
Have you managed to have just like a day of just like tooling through this
No,
stuff?
but I want to. I have them all set up in the bathroom ready to, because I have so many face masks. A Claude Lee mask, another instant detox mask for the face.
Okay.
Another good size.
Yeah. I like the packaging.
The wood knob.
yeah.
Yeah. And the green. I really like the colors. It's different. This always, I just want to say ooey every time I say ooey.
Ooey. Ooh.
Ooh. Finishing cream. It's for hair. I had to look it up because I'm like, I don't even know what this does.
Finishing what?
What's it doing? But it does smell really good.
Oh, that does smell nice.
Mm-hmm. So you just put it in your hair. You rub it in your hair.
Seriously, like what are you finishing?
You're styling. It's when you're
like a mousse.
It's like a setting cream almost. Okay. I guess. So it just. It's funny that they think anyone's going to read whatever that is. Never going to read that. And then the last thing are Skin Fix 3 little. I'm so happy about this. Excuse me. They're face cleansing cloths.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. So these are immediately going in my travel kit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is perfect. And that was
a frog in my throat. That was August Allure.
All right, nice.
So in the war of of Ipsy versus Allure, it's a draw.
Nice. Mm-hmm. That's good. Good that there wasn't a clear loser on that one.
Yeah. And this is
the Tease in the Trap stash box.
Oh, what is that? Is this new?
This is the second one I've gotten. This is where the last month, that's where these Michelle Obama stickers came from.
Okay, yeah.
So Tease in the Trap is similar to Brown Sugar Box. They also always have a t-shirt, and I think I'm going to have to like downsize my t-shirt from a large to their large is really big.
Go to a medium.
Yeah. But this one is $49 a month, and I think it's like always like 6 items or something. But the thing with this one is every month a portion of the sales goes to a charity. So they have a different charity every month.
That's nifty.
Yeah. So this month's charity of choice is the Congressional Black Caucus. The Congressional Black Caucus Foundation is a nonprofit, nonpartisan public policy, research, and educational institute that seeks to advance the global black community, for which Rep. Maxine Waters is a member. So this box is also kind of celebrating Representative Maxine Waters, affectionately named Auntie Maxine. She is a strong supporter of women's rights and civil rights. We love her. Plus, she just celebrated her 79th birthday on August 15th, 1938. Wow.
Wow.
So this is a Tease and Trap box.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, before I started getting this box, I've purchased just random T-shirts from them before, and always a good time. But this box was a little light for $49. I got some socks, reclaiming my time.
Okay.
Because I guess most recently, Rep. Waters was yelling that she was reclaiming her time. So that's been like the new catch-all phrase on social media. Which cool. I'm all about reclaiming my time. And we've got stickers also to remind
make sure you
to remind myself of that.
I'm still not seeing $49.
Nope. We've got a patch that says Auntie, which, I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't see myself sewing this on anything.
Nope.
We've got some stickers with her face on it, and also says, "I will not be intimidated. Serving resistance." You know, basically, she went up against Donald Trump in a lot of ways, like basically calling him out on his fuckery, and a lot of other politicians and whatnot. And when people say things like "staring at you, Maxinally," that face is what we mean. Now,
we're at about $5.
Now, last month's box was totally worth it, but this one, I'm still not feeling it. We've got a Aunt Maxine church fan. I'm a little upset.
You're gonna need that fan. Does it have her face? It has her face on it.
And there's a pin, which again, so we're probably I'll be generous and say the socks were $10. The stickers $5 a sheet, so we got 20. The patch is definitely like a $5, 25. This, sure. I don't know.
Sure, if you overinflate the price of it.
Overinflate everything, because already I wouldn't be paying $10 for these socks. Nor the stickers. And the T-shirt.
It's huge.
It's huge. That's a large.
It's huge.
Yeah. Now, I like this T-shirt because we've got a double kind of meaning going on here. Because we've got Maxine Waters, an illustration of her. And it says Maxine the Maverick. Now, had I not been on my living single kick for the past couple months of rewatching all of the episodes that are generously played twice a day on Channel 1, which I've set my DVR for, I would have not remembered that Maxine called herself Maxine the Maverick.
I did not know that.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Right? So, yeah.
And she kind of is who Maxine would grow up to be.
Right, exactly. So, there's that. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that box. So, they've got one more month, and then we'll see what happens with that next one. Because, like, you know, Brown Sugar Box, they killed it.
Yeah, that was super cute.
This one was dope. But, you know, once again, I do appreciate that a portion of the sales goes to a charity. And
you broke up with Onyx Box?
Yeah, we're done. I don't have... I'm reclaiming my time and my money.
Yeah, I wish I could remember to do that with Audible. Do you know how mad I get every time I get that email where they're like, you have a new Audible credit, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Never gonna happen, man. Just
accept the fact that I'm gonna have Audible for the rest of
your life. You're gonna have like 5,000 audiobooks that you've never listened to.
Never in my life listened to.
Yeah. So I guess it's time to talk about Buffy.
Hush.
Hush.
I love this episode.
This is season 4, episode 10. Original air date December 14th, 1999, right about the time when everybody was getting ready to lose their minds for Y2K. And Prince's 1999 was playing on heavy rotation.
That was so stupid. I don't know why everybody was so upset about that.
I mean, I was lightweight a little bit I didn't know what was gonna happen. I wasn't too.
Where else gonna end?
I don't know.
The world's gonna be fine.
Uncomfortable
it's gonna be fine.
I was a little uncomfortable. Held my breath for a couple minutes after the clock struck 12 on December 31st, 1999. All right, so this episode was written by Joss Fuckboy Whedon, directed by Joss Fuckboy Whedon. Summary: when everyone in Sunnydale loses their voice, the Scooby Gang must silently solve the mystery of the monsters who stole their ability to speak.
Creepy ass monsters.
Terrible.
Terrifying.
I know I've mentioned this before, but I cannot watch this episode at night by myself. I was going to.
That's so funny because it's one of my favorite episodes to fall asleep to.
Well, the music, sure, like,
and then there's no dialogue. It's just
right.
It's just.
I mean,
music.
it's a great score. But yeah, I wouldn't want to take the chance of like waking up in the middle of the night and just like catching that toothy grin,
sugar hanging, like standing over me. Hey, hi.
So this episode is Amber Benson, aka Tara McClay's first appearance.
Hi Tara. You're so weird.
So
in this
awkward.
Episode.
So weird. So
what is
awkward.
wrong with you?
The stuttering. What?
And the just straight up turtling.
Yeah.
Like she turtles.
Yes.
It's weird.
It's like almost like when Glory just gets her.
Yes.
That's almost where she is.
Yeah.
And there's like these weird, like shy, bashful, like smiles and
Willow really does open her up.
We'll get there. So Leonard Roberts, as Forrest Gates, is also here. What I just watched? Oh yeah, I started watching Heroes again, and he's on there.
Yeah.
You know, the whole Eclipse thing.
He's
brought
Micah's
that back.
dad.
Yeah. I brought that back. I was like, you know what? I want to watch Heroes. Fina Oruch. No, I'm so sorry. I'm sure I fucked that up. That's Olivia.
Oof. Olivia.
Mark Blucast. I mean, do we really have to call him? I guess so. Camden Toy as a gentleman.
One of the head gentlemen. And he'll become one of our head monsters from now. Like every time there's a big monster, it's usually Camden Toy.
It's got to be a weird place to be in your life where you're just like.
He goes to a lot of Buffy like things, and you know.
I mean, I've never seen him at any of them. I've never seen him speak or watched a panel or anything like that. But like this guy, I don't know. I'm sure he's proud of it, but it's also like, hey, you get to play the monster, like the main monster in like most of these.
Was he Gnarl?
I don't think so.
Just thinking of Gnarl. Just
don't pull him up. What would you do if you lost your voice?
I'd get a board like they did, and I'd write stuff out.
That dude, like he jumped on that money making train.
He went straight to the dollar store, bought like 60 of those.
I was like, oh, I'm about to get paid.
He's a piece of shit. He really is a piece of shit.
Gnarl or the
guy selling the boards, like
the whiteboard guy.
This is a kind of an apocalypse, and you're an asshole
making that money.
Yep.
So we start off where Buffy is in class, Psych 101 lesson. Communication and language are not the same thing. Okay.
She's having. We don't know at this point that this is just a weird class.
I remember when first seeing it, like,
excuse me?
What is going on here?
Professor Welsh tells her to get on the desk, lay on the desk, and for Riley to just.
She told Riley to walk over to her, but she didn't tell him to embrace
snatch her up and
then stick his tongue down her throat.
Which Riley was a little bit attractive with his, if I kiss you, it'll make the sun go down. You're like, yeah, right. I'd like to see you. Okay.
So Buffy has this racy dream with her and Riley and the entire class, and a special guest appearance by some creepy kid singing a blood-tingling nursery rhyme.
That they kind of stole from Nightmare on Elm Street. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Okay. And she's holding a box.
Yeah, a little blonde girl standing in the hallway holding a little box.
Can't even shout, can't even cry.
Yeah, the gentleman's fucking entrance song.
They're coming by.
They're just like, coming.
Okay. And then she wakes up and class is over. And Willow is just fucking with her.
Right.
Wow, wasn't that the most intense? Oh, so glad I didn't sleep through that. Everything you need to know for the final, just lay it out. Shut the hell up. At least tell me I didn't drool, I think is what she says.
Right. Here's a question. Isn't Riley dating her a conflict of interest?
Kind of.
Yeah, okay. And I feel like Professor Walsh wouldn't really... I guess when she finds out that she's a Slayer, that's when everything
goes to hell.
Yeah. But yeah, because when he started mentioning, oh yeah, I got papers to grade, I'm thinking, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. You're in charge of grading papers. You can't be diddling the students. That's not
Well,
fair.
I don't think they'd quite gotten there yet.
No, but...
They're nearing that station, but...
They're doing a whole lot of dancing
yeah.
around the topic.
But I love this little exchange because he's clearly gonna, comes up with that excuse that he's grading papers.
So they both have these like real lazy excuses. Mm-hmm. She's like, she accidentally says that she's patrolling. And then she covers up with petroleum. Not better.
Not better.
No.
Not the same thing.
Nope.
Yeah, he said, he knows you said patrolling. You can't just, and I do, he's like, you have crude oil. Yep.
Sure do.
Yep, that's exactly what I have.
And he's like, oh, I'm grading papers. And she's like, wait, what was due?
We only have the final. What?
He's like, oh, some shit from way back when, some weeks ago.
Okay.
And they're both, so yeah. So, we laid that down that they're both liars. Mm-hmm. And
Willow's a creepy stalker.
Yeah, for some reason she peels off from them and then decides to like kind of spy on them.
Yes, it's so weird.
Like, why didn't you just hang around? Like, you might as well, because I don't think Riley cares if anybody is around when he's macking on her.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He's oblivious to anyone but Buffy.
Yeah, because he just kept saying, "Tell me about this dream. Mm-hmm. What about this dream? What is this dream? Blah, blah, blah.
Was I in it?
Oh my God! Stop." So Spike,
the odd couple,
he's all free to walk around now.
And be an asshole.
He's just made himself right at home.
He did.
He's like eating Giles' food. He's got his feet up on the furniture with boots on, and he's plopping down on the couch, like straight up jumping, and it's not okay.
No,
you're a terrible house guest, Spike.
I love that Giles is like, we are out of Weetabix because you ate them all, and Spike's just like, well, get some more. Excuse me, you're a prisoner.
Right. I am not happy you're here.
No. So Anya and Xander show up.
Walk right in.
Why doesn't anyone knock? I don't understand people on TV that don't knock. I don't get it.
No, son. So apparently Anya's got some problems with the way Xander treats her.
She's going stage 5 clear again.
She's like, I don't know, look at me this way. You don't talk to me. You don't care. You don't ask me about my day. You don't blah, blah, blah. What exactly are you doing all day?
Right.
For one. Two, does Xander have a steady job at this point as to where he's gone, where they're separated at any point throughout the day?
I don't think so. I think he's doing weird, random stuff.
Yeah. So, and so she's all got a hair up her butt about that. And Xander's like, huh? Usual guy, oblivious, blah, blah, blah. Yada yada. And
all he cares is about his orgasms.
It's having lots of orgasms. And they have this
fight right into Giles's house.
And Giles is, physically, just like visibly uncomfortable about when she mentions the orgasms, and Xander's like, hey, let's not have just fight in front of my friends, and Spike is like, hey, I'm not your friend.
Yes.
What else does he say?
And Giles is just like, why are you having this fight here?
Right. Why are you here?
And Xander's like, Mom said you wanted me to stop by. So did Giles call?
And left a message with Xander's mom.
And how did he explain that the high school librarian is calling an ex-student and wants him to stop by? No. Not going to happen.
Which brings us back to our list of 5,072 reasons why Xander Harris's parents don't care about him.
Yes.
She asked 0 questions about this. Why is this grown man calling my son and telling him to stop by?
And she offered him fruit punch the one time.
Right. So, he just comes, hangs out in the basement.
It's Xander's man friend.
Sure.
He comes over sometimes.
Okay. That's not okay. There's a definite, 20-year age difference at least.
Not okay.
No.
So he's there because Giles needs him to watch Spike for a few days because he has a orgasm friend coming over, as she puts it.
Yes, as Anya so delicately.
So
eloquently. She's like, oh, an orgasm buddy. And I thought for a second that, because the way Giles phrases his response is like, I wish you hadn't said that, basically, something like that. I thought he was about to say, yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yes,
I was about to be.
Yeah, because he's like, yes, that's the absolute worst thing you could have said. Something like, yeah.
Right.
It's so funny. And no one is happy with this situation. Not a single person is thrilled with this. Spike doesn't want to go stay with Xander while him and Anya have sex all night long. He doesn't want to get tied up again because Xander says if he comes and stays with me, he's getting tied up. He's not walking around all free. No one is happy.
No one is happy with this.
And Giles doesn't care.
Nope, because you're out. Because I got things to do. I got people to do.
Yep. I got plans. I got grown things happening.
Things to see and people to do. Y'all can't be hanging out here.
He has a cup of hot, dark coffee on the way. That's what's happening.
Which I really wish we could have gotten a little further into their actual relationship as to where did it start?
And how does it just carry on? Just every couple of years?
She never came through when, I guess, or maybe we just didn't see it. Or like, what happened when he was with Jenny for a little hot second?
Don't know.
I mean, it's just, they just have his understanding.
When they're together, they're together. When they're not, they're not.
Well, all right.
And there's never an explanation in Restless as to why he sees her with a knocked over baby carriage.
That's right.
That we never get an explanation as to that whole thing.
Because I would really appreciate an explanation with that. Like, what if she...
Is she out there pregnant somewhere?
Right. Okay. Damn it. So many questions. Like
so many.
I don't feel like Olivia got the right amount of screen time.
She doesn't. She's just this random character that just shows up and then all of a sudden she's gone.
So yeah, Willow has joined a Wicca group.
It's not going well.
No. She calls them a bunch of, I think that was my burn for the week. There's like a bunch of wanna blessed bees.
Wanna blessed bees. I love that.
Because they're more about like bake sales and newsletters than about the conjuring and the spells. And Willow's just kind of like, meh, but
she's like, it would be fun if we tried to, and they're like
real snotty about it.
Real snotty. It's not nice to make fun of people.
I'm being for real. Like, oh, we'll just get our broomsticks and hop on our broomsticks. And this is exactly like the way Willow feels is the same way I felt when I went to a hip hop dance class.
I remember.
False advertisement. They just should have called it cheer camp and been done with it. Because that's exactly what it was. So I feel you, Willow. I know you're paid.
And this is where we meet Tara for the first time, because Tara is, you can tell she's totally into what Willow's saying, and she is on board.
She's like, yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, you want to say something, Tara?
They're also like really sad. Tara, Tara has some problems asserting herself.
She does.
And speaking aloud and standing up for herself. And the girl basically kind of bullies her into shutting the fuck up.
Yep.
Because Tara's like, and she's like, hold on, guys. Tara has something to say.
Which was just like, bitch.
Okay, Tara, go ahead.
And you can visibly see her go back in her shell.
Yeah.
Like a turtle.
Never mind.
Neck goes down, shoulders go up.
It's fine. It wasn't anything important. It's okay.
I don't even think she said, meep. That's it. And Willow's just kind of like, what
is happening?
I'm very uncomfortable. And she tells Buffy, this group just sucks. This is not working out at all.
Like, yeah. And, she's disappointed. She wanted to learn some new stuff. Mm-hmm. She was ready to take her Wicca to the next level.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't get the opportunity in this group. So quit and start your own group. How about that?
Yeah.
Our boys are working it out at the initiative. Riley's all sweaty.
I forgot how much dialogue was actually on this episode before there's, no dialogue.
They crammed a bunch in before we get to, I think it's 14 minutes in, and then there's no dialogue until the end.
Yeah. So I stopped paying attention at this portion Is there anything important?
And this with these two with the initiative? No, I hate this scene. I can't stand it. All he does is blah 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 blah. Blah. That's all I hear when they're talking.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Then Forrest and I don't know. Was there talk of Buffy? Was there just okay? So any hoozles, Spike is now Xander's problem.
Yes, which this is one of my favorite. I just love Spike. He brings so much to the show.
Yes, and I do love the relationship with him and Xander. Like, even it has its ups and its downs, like way downs. But when they're pseudo buddies, it's like some of the best like visual comedy. And actually, Spike does that. He works that well with just about everybody on the cast. He works well with Giles that way. When Tom Lenk shows up, it's just like really, even with Angel, like it's just so, he's just that fucking awesome. James Marsters.
Yeah. Look your headshot.
So, guys, if you haven't noticed, like there have been some very young Buffy alumni headshots floating around Twitter. You should check that out. James, Nicholas, Sarah, and Danny Strong just got in on the action. He looks like he's 4.
Aww.
But he was
James looks exactly like his son.
Does he?
Like,
I don't think I've seen his son.
Like his son looks exactly like they look exactly
that
like
hair. Curly hair.
Like curly hair. I love it. So, what the initiative is so clunky, like their big people elevator box, the microwave. It's just so clunky. It looks like such a clunky set. Like it doesn't look real.
It's just like covered in aluminum foil and saran wrap. I don't understand. So so Xander's getting ready for bed, and
he ties him up to a chair.
Ties Spike to a chair because, he is a nummy treat.
And they get in an argument about it.
Spike's like, I don't want to bite you, and I wouldn't want to. And Xander's like, oh, yeah, whatever. I saw you looking at yada, yada.
You'd totally bite me.
He goes to go to sleep, and Spike starts to taunt him.
Xander.
Why don't we talk?
Shut up.
He starts imitating Anya.
You don't love me. And Giles is researching because he's talked to Buffy and he's researching this gentleman thing, and he's just confused. Like, and then he gets a little tappy on the door, and hello, Olivia. Good
How
to
was
see
your
ya.
flight? Yada yada yada. Da 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 da. Is that enough small talk?
Yep.
Let's get down to business.
And they get down to business.
Freaky diggy.
Yep.
Giles got grown folks things to do.
He does. And so we start panning all throughout the city and what's going on all throughout the town.
And then we end up in the fucking clock tower.
Yes. And we see that there's some scary business going on.
These creep-tastic gentlemen
are floating around with the same box that we saw in Buffy's dream.
I think it's the smiles that are the worst of it that make them so terrifying.
I'm not fond of their weird, straight-jacketed, whatever those are.
Henchmen? Are they the do-dirt dudes?
They creep me out. Yes, because they run around. So we see all throughout the town, everyone's voices are being sucked out.
And then they also applaud each other too.
Yes, they're so happy about it. We've done so well. Yes, we're so good. And yes, he was Camden Toy as Gnarl. So the gentleman that freaks you out, I'm pretty sure that's Camden Toy. Because he's so good at being creepy.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, we get, a nice prolonged view of Giles's nipple.
Giles got his groove back.
He did. He really did. And I wonder if they were like, no, dude, let's put this sheet right below your... Come on, Tony, get that nipple out there.
Bring it down a little bit. A little bit more.
Or if he was like, no, my nipple's not out yet. Wait. Yep, there we go. And so everyone's voices have been stolen, and they get sucked into this box.
They all fit into this teeny tiny little wooden box.
Mm-hmm. And the best part is the reactions the next morning.
Yeah. So everyone's waking up voiceless, and Buffy and Willow, they go to greet each other, good morning, and Buffy's like, and then it's like, hold on. Then she goes to do it again, then there's thinking they're deaf.
Mm-hmm. And you can actually hear Allison kind of say, I can't hear. Because they did film everything with dialogue, these first reaction scenes. I read that on the Buffy Wiki. They filmed these with dialogue, this first introduction scene, and then muted the dialogue out. So you can actually kind of hear her.
That's kind of jive.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit cheating.
Can you not just mouth the words I can't hear?
That's cheating.
Yeah.
This gets less and less groundbreaking by the minute.
Yeah, that's why you didn't win. That's why you were nominated for an Emmy. Did they win? Maybe I can't remember if they actually won.
I don't remember.
I think they just got nominated, maybe. So the whole dorm is freaking out. Everybody is taking this so bad.
For some reason, Xander thinks Spike did. It had something to do with it.
And the best part is that Xander picks up the phone and calls Buffy.
Yes. And she answers, and she's like, ugh. Immediately. Okay.
And Spike just looks at Xander like, asshole. Good job. So it's very clear that something has gone awry in Sunnydale.
It's the end of times in Sunnydale because they all leave. There's like people just like wandering on the street.
Shit's on fire.
Right,
there's barrels on fire.
Because, that's the universal Hollywood symbol for shit is gone really wrong when there's a barrel on fire in town. But what really gets me is the dude that's just sitting in the middle of the street holding his briefcase.
He must have been like a trader or something, like someone who really had to use their voice for work, and he just lost all of his money because he could not trade that morning. Because he's so down on his luck, like he's just gonna lay down in the street.
Yeah, he's like real close to suicidal. I would imagine that he's a bachelor as well, because maybe he didn't even realize he couldn't speak until he got to work.
And just shit is going down. And our wonderful soldiers, they're so smart, get in their people elevator, their microwave.
Which is voice activated.
And then they can't countermeasures will ensue if you don't say your password.
And Riley doesn't remember. There's an override code. Riley doesn't remember.
Doesn't remember it. Can't say it. He starts breathing into it. So, yeah, then he gets the code, like a 4-digit code. He has no idea what it is. This is the only time in this entire show that Maggie makes me laugh. Because the elevator opens and she points at a sign that says, "In case of emergency, use stairs." And it's perfect.
That's what it's there for. No nuts.
Yep. That's what it's there for.
I'm pretty sure this is an emergency.
She has finagled some computer program that will speak for her.
It's like real. What was his?
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
It's real creepy.
It was a bit creepy.
And she's telling them that they have to be the voice of reason, basically, in town. They need to go be martial law, keep everybody in order, make sure things don't fall apart.
So now so she's given them permission to show their identities now?
In civvies. They're still in civvies, though. Because Riley goes walking around in
and
civvies.
He breaks up a fight.
Yes.
Mime breaks up a fight.
Thinks he breaks up a fight, like he pushes them apart, but that dude goes and picks up like some big old heavy thing, and he's going to swing it at that man, and Buffy breaks his arm.
Yes.
She ends the fight. What is so, like, Willow and Buffy, they're walking through town hand in hand, and that's when they come across the guy just selling those boards to people. And they're so judgy of him. They're
right, like the next scene.
Because he's selling them for $10 a pop, I think it is.
He's a fucker.
Of course, you've got your mad, crazy priest out on a box saying that the end is near, and people are just eating it up. He's selling them for $10 a pop, and they are disgusted. But in the very next scene at the school, we see that they have each ponied up $10 a pop. They show up to Giles, actually.
Yeah.
Why everyone goes to Giles? I don't know. How did they all decide they were going to meet there? Did just one by one show up there?
I guess so. I guess they all figured if anybody knows what's going on, it's Giles.
It'll be Giles. Because Anya's not with Xander. Xander and Spike were alone. So he brought Spike back. He was like, here, you deal with him. I can't. And Willow's so cute with her hi Giles.
Yeah, it was like she had a revelation. It was like, oh, and then she writes hi Giles on her thing.
And he just pats her on the shoulder.
Oh, you sweetums.
So we're trying to find out what's going on. And the TV has said that there's some weird quarantine, that everyone in Sunnydale has lost their voice and they've been, they have been quarantined.
Right.
Thanks. How about you send some help?
Nobody in, nobody out.
The rest of the world's like, nope, don't go near that place. Mm-mm. Fuck those people. We don't know what's wrong with that. No. So they just all look so scared. I guess I don't know what I would do if it was me.
Well, I think it would be a really scary thing just for yourself to wake up not being able to speak, but then to know that your entire fucking town is voiceless. You
would immediately think you were deaf.
Right.
But then,
you know, that get cleared up, and then you start to think, well, is this some sort of like crazy toxin? Or, like, is this an airborne thing? Yeah. What is this? Is this the first step of some sort of terrible, horrifying, debilitating disease?
And then you see on the news that you're not allowed to leave. You're quarantined. The rest of the world is just like, fuck off.
Good luck.
Know. I'd panic.
Good luck with that.
I would panic. And everything takes so long in this episode, though. The more I watch it, it's like, can we just get to...
Yeah. So basically...
Because you don't see the gentleman again for quite some time.
No, we get to the point, I think, like, once everybody goes to bed that night.
Is when they start coming out again.
Yeah, so they're, like, still creeping around or whatnot, floating and being all fucking... They're just floating around and looking for hearts to snatch. Mm-hmm. So...
Because they have to take 7.
Yes, that's right. That's the whole thing. They need 7 hearts for whatever reason. Was there a backstory as to
why? Their fairy tale.
How often does this happen? Because I got a lot of questions about these gentlemen.
And why did they come to Sunnydale?
Right. Has this happened before? If so, how long ago? And nobody has heard about this before?
Who's the new mayor?
I don't think we've established that.
No, we never.
I don't think we ever established that.
We get a new principal.
Yeah.
Eventually, when they reopen the school in season 7, but we never see another power figure.
No.
Poor college kid.
Yeah. So they find their next victim. They're like, "Is this where?" Like they go to his dorm room
and knock on the door
and take his heart.
He opened the door.
Yep. So the next day, I believe, is when Olivia sketches a photo or sketches a picture of the gentleman for Giles, and apparently Giles and Olivia met in an art class because she can draw as well. And this is where Giles starts to do more research and starts to understand what's happening, which I don't know. Okay. So he's got a name, he's got a face, he's got the nursery rhyme, and so he's putting it all together now as to who they are and what they want. And so he gathers everybody together. More presentation. And he's taken some great pride into this too. He's very excited. Could you imagine if he had like Adobe Premiere?
Was he up on
PowerPoint? Like he would have killed that shit.
When was the last time you saw an overhead projector?
I think that episode. That's probably the last time I ever saw one, because
he uses it one more time.
Oh, that's right.
He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible.
So he like really gets into this. He draws, like he's got illustrations
and music.
That's
he was up all night lesson planning.
He's got a soundtrack to what's going on, the score to explain the story of the gentleman. He's got everybody gathered. They're telling everyone, and it breaks it down that these dudes are some fairy tale. They need 7 hearts. They steal voices. They come to towns. They steal their voices so nobody can scream. They take their hearts, and the only thing that can kill them is the scream of a human. Yeah, the voice of the princess, scream of a human voice, of an actual human voice. Buffy, instead of writing down how do you kill them, or somebody asks how do you kill them, Buffy motions that it's apparently you're going to have to jack them off to death.
And they all look at her like, what the fuck? Really?
But she meant stake them.
That is, why didn't she go here?
Right, exactly. Because that's like,
yes. If she'd have done it in the heart, they would have known.
Exactly.
She was not doing it in the heart. And even Willow was like, girl, I don't know what the hell you're trying to say.
It's like, oh, don't look at me for help. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. So she pulls out the steak.
And they're like, oh. And Giles is like, no. It's the scream. And then Willow's like, hey, what about a tape recorder? He's like, needs to be an actual human voice. I'm like, fuck.
Now, what I don't get is, number one, did you leave Spike tied up? Why can't he be in on this meeting?
Right.
And number 2, where's Olivia?
Right. So Olivia and Spike are hanging out.
Well, we know how that would probably go. I guess Olivia's just fine.
She's like, I'm okay.
No, I'll watch him.
Y'all can tell me what's what when you come back. That's cool.
I'll be right here. So then Giles puts up that Buffy will patrol tonight. And Buffy is so offended
by his drawing.
Because her hips are huge.
It's a pretty unflattering photo.
It really is.
Not even just the hips, the hair also. It's just, it's a terrible situation, Giles. Come on, you can do better. We've seen you do better.
Anya's got popcorn. She's having a grand old time.
She's like really unenthused by this whole thing. There's a couple of like whoop-de-doos she throws in there.
And he had the picture upside down too. And everyone's like, It's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Across the whole show. It's just great.
So while this is going down, Tara, I guess she's been doing some research on her own, and she decides that she needs to find Willow because they want to do some. She thinks Willow is her best bet to do a spell to make this all better.
Yeah.
So she goes off in the middle of the night.
Best time. Guess that's when. That's just a great idea there.
Yeah.
Oh, baby girl.
So yeah, she almost gets her ass snatched up and heart ripped out, cut out. So she's on campus, and they come across her, and they're just like, "Oh, hello!" Like
they really are. They're like, "Hey,
girl, hey!"
They're so excited, so scary,
and they go after her.
It's like, wow, takeout came to us,
and so she ends up in Stevenson Hall, where Willow lives.
And just starts knocking on every door like, somebody please help me. Anybody please help me. But everybody knows that kid got killed the night before, so nobody wants to answer their door.
Anybody opening up on doors?
Nope. People are standing behind their doors like,
nah, girl.
Sorry. Really sorry. But Willow, of course, Willow can't help herself, and she goes out to see what's going on, runs full on into Tara.
Like hardcore. Like
hardcore.
Right up into
like it looks like she damn near broke her ankle.
Right.
And Tara has to help, drag her off into another room. And they need to shut the door somehow. They need to block the door somehow. And so Willow is sitting there and she starts staring at the door. And you can see that this vending machine is starting to shake a little.
It's rattling.
But she can't do it on her own. She's not strong enough. And that's when Tara takes her hand, looks at her, gives her a very knowing, like, it's okay, we can do this. And they both look at the vending machine, and across the room it goes.
A little chills.
Yeah, it was great. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. It was like, wait a minute, well, wait, you got real power.
Right, so this was a really good introduction of Tara, and as well as, for us to know, like, holy shit, like, she's got power, and then, like, also, holy shit, like, her and Willow together
is something to be reckoned with.
Yep. And which we will find out.
Mm-hmm. And so they're, Riley's out on patrol, Buffy's out on patrol, and they manage to somehow they're fighting the same crowd, and they kind of come together at the clock house, at the clock tower. Now, one of the scenes that happens at some point, I forget when it happened, but it made me laugh really, really hard, was Xander. And yes.
So, yeah.
I think it might have been when they were researching some stuff at Giles's house.
I think so. So we go back to Giles's place, and I think and we see Anya has fallen asleep on the couch, and Spike goes to the fridge and gets himself a big old cup of blood.
Yep.
He takes a drink and immediately goes into vamp face.
Kicks a book.
Yeah.
Off he knocks a stack of books over, so he's picking them up.
When he comes up, he's got blood on his mouth, and the way that Anya is laying, it looks like she's dead or unconscious, and Xander just happens to walk in at that exact moment, flips out.
Yep.
And attacks Spike.
And starts beating the shit out of him.
He gets on top of him and just beats the shit out of him.
Yep.
And Anya wakes up and it's like, oh, it's okay, I'm fine. And everyone. First of all, when she wakes up and she's like, I'm okay. And Spike's like, the fuck? And then Xander hugs her and looks at Spike like, sorry.
Sorry. I thought she was dead. I'm sorry. And then she's all excited because he actually cares about her. And she makes that unnecessary gesture that they're going to go have sex, and off they go.
I would like to point out, yes, Giles and Olivia react extremely judgmental. Giles, you are really judgmental for someone whose fuck buddy is standing right there.
Right behind you.
We all know who she is.
Let them go have their fun.
Keep your judgment to yourself.
It's the perfect time for them to just go get buck wild, too, because there's no sound.
Y'all could be doing it just about anywhere.
No voices. No voices. That's fine. Go get yours.
I wonder, does it hurt to try to speak and
it would
have no
feel
sound?
Weird. Huh. Kind of like when you lose your voice.
Yeah.
It always just feels real dry and raspy.
Yeah.
So, we've got all of these things happening at once. Willow and Tara scenes are going on while Buffy and Riley are all fighting these demons. And it's all coming to a head very quickly. And Riley, this is the first time he's seen her fight.
Right.
And this is the first time that she's realizing, I think, that he's in the initiative.
Yeah, he's just not a normal boy.
Yep. And for a second, there's this really neat moment where they kind of both roll into a somersault and come face to face.
Yeah.
And draw off against each other. And it's like, whoa, what the Damn it. And they keep fighting and they keep fighting. And then Buffy sees the box from her dream and realizes she needs to destroy the box. And she's all snatched up and can't get to the box. And she's pointing to Riley and telling him what to do. This idiot so dramatically takes his gun and smashes this precious rock that's on the
and he's so proud of himself.
He's so proud, and she's just box. The box. She actually has to mime opening and closing a box. Oh.
Gotcha.
So he smashes the box, and out come all the voices.
And this is also kind of a cool shot or moment when like all the voices go back to everybody, and then Buffy's gets back to her, and just the way, and she lets out this blood curdling scream, and just like the look on her face, there's just so much desperation.
Yes.
And it's just a really good moment on Sarah Michelle, and as well as just in the whole story. But yeah, what if everybody got different voices, the wrong voices?
Spike ends up like
Buffy.
in Buffy or in Riley.
Right.
Riley ends up in Willow.
Giles is in Anya.
It'd be so weird. And she does scream. That scream. And you see why they steal voices, because their heads explode when they hear a human scream.
So more questions. So this has happened before. So the princess in the original story, she screams and kills them. So their heads just fucking explode, and it's just.
It's real gross.
It's gross. It's kind of comical because they still got the smiles and they're just shaking and the head just. And
then they just drop.
Yeah. So is there just like a land of gentlemen?
Yes. Where every couple of years, like, make sure you steal the voices. How about you not leave the most important piece to your plan just laying around?
Laying there. Just right there back in your little lair. Wouldn't somebody, like, maybe one of the henchmen, one of their jobs can be to take it back to wherever the fuck you came from?
Yep. Or maybe put it in your pocket or something. Just don't have it laying around.
It wasn't even locked. It was just like a little trinket box.
Sitting there.
Just ready to be... Okay. So everybody gets their voices back.
Yep. Everybody gets their voices back. And so it is revelation time for several different people.
Yeah. Tara and Willow get to talking. And...
it's cute.
It is, but I'm so glad that Tara grew out of whatever the fuck she was doing.
Oh, yeah. Her first half a season. Yeah. I hated her quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Because I was like, wait a second. What are we? What's, you're not Oz.
Right. These are weird tics that you've got going on. You're like real mousy and mealy mouth. And
there's one coming up where she's like, I am, Yeah.
You're one or you're yours.
What? Yours. Blech. Shut the fuck.
That bothers me too.
So much.
Like,
she's all cockeyed when she said, it's like, this isn't sexy. Was that supposed to be sexy? Because it wasn't. It really wasn't. I don't like it.
No.
But then I grow to love her.
Yeah. Like, they're perfect. Like, once they get into their relationship and everything, and once, you know, I guess Amber gets permission to do something better with the character at some point, then, or, you know, maybe it's just, you know, supposed to be like Willow's effect on her, that she's like brings her out of her shell, blah, blah, blah. But any hoozles. So they started talking, and we find out that Tara's mom was a witch. And, so Tara's been practicing for quite some time now, and she tells Willow that, you know, I see something in you, girl. And Willow's like, no, I'm nothing special. No,
yeah, okay.
No.
Nobody likes false modesty.
I know, let's just calm down, sister.
We know how strong you are.
And then Tara's like, you know, we can be friends and, you know, do spells together, blah.
Dirty. I think at one point Xander's like, they're off doing spells together.
Sometimes I do a spell by myself. Think about them. And then Buffy and Riley.
Yep, he's like, I think we might need to talk.
And it just kind of ends on that. They sit there
just staring at each other like, I guess so.
Where does this even start? How do we start this conversation?
And now the sad part before that is that Olivia apparently is a big pussy.
Oh, yeah! That really fucked me up.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, fuck you, Olivia.
Yeah, because I forgot about that. So they're sitting on the couch chilling, and Olivia's like, so all this shit you've been talking to me about, monsters and scary things, it's real. It wasn't just to like get my pants. And I was like, yeah, you know, most of it was real. You know, I wasn't like the original member of the Who or something like that, or Pink Floyd. And like he says, but you know, the monster stuff, that was for real. And she's like, well, how does that make you feel? She's like, a little scary, or, you know, a little too much. And he's like, a little too scared. And she's like, a little, I don't know, whatever. So basically, Olivia, if monsters are real and they exist, they're going to be real and exist whether or not you're with Giles.
Right.
Wouldn't it be better if you're with him?
With someone who knows about them.
Exactly.
And has people that can fight them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if anything, you should probably move your ass there to Sunnydale and be close to the army.
Demon fighters.
Right.
Yeah. No. Go take your ass back to London then.
Gone, girl.
Get out of here.
You don't deserve him.
No. God damn it. Call Joyce. Please call Joyce. Why won't you call Joyce?
Hey, where was Joyce in all this? No, but Buffy never checked in on her mom.
Not once. Not once. Joyce was probably at home like, I'll just wait it out. I guess I'll be okay. Maybe she was in Chicago with her sister. Let's hope. No, she didn't even go check on her.
No.
Nope.
There was no mention of her.
Nope.
Oh,
poor Joyce.
Buffy.
That's sad.
That's jive.
That is really sad. She should have been at Giles's with everybody. Yeah, that's messed up.
Or there just should have been like a mention if she was out of town. Just something.
Or even having, in that long scene we had with them walking down the main drag in Sunnydale, if you would have started that scene with the two of them walking out of Buffy's house. Right. Fine.
Exactly. I'll just go ahead and believe whatever.
We'll know that they checked on her and she's okay. And now we're going. Okay. Nope.
That's a shame.
Nope. No love for Joyce. That's something we're gonna have to. We that might have to be a side.
For how many times thing. Buffy doesn't check on her mom?
Yeah, like when shit goes down. Did anybody check on Joyce? No.
Nope.
Nope.
So Joyce was. So years later, just like, you remember that? You know, there was a weird period of time where, you know, do you remember when our voices were gone for like 2 days?
Oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. For all you knew, she could have had her heart cut out.
Right.
It was going in houses.
Right.
They were going. You should have checked on your mom.
Piss poor. Oh, just Buffy.
As bad as Hank.
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible. You should be ashamed. Shame.
Or just like a quick scene of like Joyce and Sheila sitting together, like watching the news or something.
Yeah. Just so we know that she's aware of what's happening, and they just like, Buffy took care of it, or, you know, maybe Buffy could have dropped a note in the mailbox, just something.
Something.
That's really fucked up. So there was no song.
No, just a great score.
But you said that there's a little something about Andy Hallett.
Yes, crossover. He's apparently in the very first scene at the beginning of the episode, 2 rows back from her.
Oh, in the psych class.
In the psych class in the dream. Mm-hmm. I can't find him.
Huh.
I tried. I looked. I don't see him.
Has anybody seen him?
Let us know. Because I haven't seen him. So if you have seen him, screenshot it.
Yeah.
And send it to us on our Facebook page. Because I want to see it. Because I read these things, but I don't believe it.
Sometimes it's just...
I don't believe it.
Just makes for good wiki fodder, I guess. Mm-hmm. So we did ask for inputs on Hush on Twitter, and only one person, our good friend Brazzle Dazzle,
love him,
aka @geeky_spice. He says, all I can say about it is that it's phenomenal. One of the finest hours of television ever made. This is true, except for the fact that Buffy didn't check on her mom.
Yeah.
I will forever hold that against her.
Yep. You should have checked on your mom.
I can't believe after 20 years, I just realized that. Bitch.
I know. How could you not check on your mom?
So, lots of bodies.
Mm-hmm. Lots of bodies. A freshman boy, an unidentified student, a 15-year-old girl, 2 other civilians, 1 footman, and the gentleman. Multiple.
Heads explode.
So gross.
That's really disgusting.
Mm-hmm. The random trivia this week were that 2, we kind of talked about it already, but 2 more prominent gentlemen were played by Camden Toy and Doug Jones. Camden Toy will play Gnarl and the Turrican later on in season 7, and Doug Jones.
What was the Turrican? Is that the Uber vamp?
Yeah, the Uber vamp. He would later go on to play the Fawn in Pan's Labyrinth.
Huh.
Doug Jones. And the original airing of Hush received 6.6 million viewers. It was the highest rated episode of the season, and it earned, yes, its first Emmy nomination, but it did not win.
For Best Original Writing.
Yeah.
Interesting. And the moral of this story is, to be honest, it was in our in the beginning in the Psych 101 class. There's a difference between language and communication.
Yes, there is.
And I think that's one of the more brilliant things about this episode is that when we do things, we're just watching everybody in the ways that they are forced to communicate without language, obviously without really words. And there was a lot more truth is told because, you can't stumble and stutter over your actions.
Yeah.
With words.
There's an amazing shot somewhere around the middle of the episode when they first all lose their voices where somebody drops a bottle.
Yeah.
In the common area. And just everyone was used to not hearing anything already.
Right.
And that overwhelming sound of a bottle crashing, just everyone looked and it
was just like, yeah. It just pulled everybody out like, oh my God, what was that? And like the person's just like,
I fucked up, it slipped, I'm sorry, I dropped my Snapple.
So yeah, that is one of the really cool things about this episode is just looking into the little bit of humanity and what humans are, what we as a people tend to do. You talk the talk, but actions speak louder than words. Mm-hmm. So, as promised, I did find that we have 2 iTunes reviews.
Woohoo!
Both of them are 5 stars.
Love it. Thank you.
Yes. One is by the Film Roast podcast. Okay. So I had sadly, I know, forgive me, never watched Buffy until about a week ago. However, when I started it, this was an amazing find for me because it lets superfans explain things in a way I'd never see them. K and M go through each episode in detail, and it allows me to remember key details, but also listen to discussion amongst 2 great hosts. Happy I found them when I did.
Aw.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Film Roast Podcast. I also have one by Olalali. Also 5 stars. Super great. Watching Buffy for the first time, and despite the spoilers, this is an awesome companion that I look forward to listening to immediately after each episode I watch. The hosts clearly know the series well and aren't afraid to be hilariously critical of the series while still gushing with love for it. Oh, that's awesome. Great insight with behind-the-scenes factoids as well as commentary on general nerd culture and hosts' picks for Burn of the Week. Love it.
Yay.
So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We really appreciate that.
We really do. That is great.
Finally, after like what? How many episodes? This is episode 64. We got 2 reviews on iTunes. And I know Brazzle Dazzle, you've been like hanging in there with us and you've been like doing the most. We appreciate you for that.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm pretty proud of those reviews.
Did our panel winner get in touch?
No.
Oh.
Never. Womp womp.
Sad.
Fake news.
Sad.
Fake news. Sad.
Sad.
All right, man. So what did you guys... It's still not too late for you to tell us what you thought of Hush. You can send us a voice message at 412-385-7250, or you can record an MP3 file, less than 2 minutes, por favor, and email it to revisitingsunnydale@gmail.com. We're going to play it on the air if that happens. Mm-hmm. I forgot to write down what next week's episode was.
Doomed.
Which one was that?
The one where Spike tries to kill himself.
Ah! Goodbye, cruel world. Yes. I'm excited.
Me too. I love it. It's the first time that they're going to go back to Sunnydale High since blowing it up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, Sweet. So subscribe, follow, like us. We're on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale. I am Camila. I'm on Twitter at _Rugged Angel.
I'm Marcella at mspear7338.
All right, so let's listen to a little bajork. It's oh so quiet. Till next time, guys.